Alrighty, my peoples. As you guys can pretty much tell from the title, I got quite a few things to say about this game called XDefiant. Alright, so as you guys haven't noticed, well, from the last video anyway that I put out on this channel, the footage was, of course, from this game, XDefiant. So I was hoping to make a video on this game for some time now, but I really haven't gotten the chance to do so yet. But this video right here will make a huge difference, I promise you. So therefore, here are my official thoughts on this game thus far. And after oh my goodness, after a select few matches on this game. Now, if you guys don't know, XDefiant is free to play, number one. Number two, it's heavily online centric, to where the game is mainly focused on multiplayer. I'm not sure if there's even going to be single player content yet. I mean, who made this game? Ubisoft, right? If you guys know Ubisoft, they are heavily known for single player games in recent years, and I did play at least more than one game involving single player. But as far as the shooters go, you know how most games like Call of Duty and Battlefield here and there, you know, they have single player content. This game, however, is a huge difference. This game focuses heavily on online multiplayer, okay? And I don't mind multiplayer, but at one point in the back of my head, now that I'm thinking about it, I was thinking, yo, where is the single player content? I know online is a big thing in shooting games, but where is the single player content? That's one thing I've noticed now that I'm looking back at the game and stuff like that. But I'm hoping they might put up a patch update to where they might add single player content in the near future, you know, as time passes and stuff like that. I'm just assuming. I have no idea when they're going to plan on doing single player content, but enough of all of that. Enough. So, what about XDefiant? So, XDefiant, first off and foremost, is FPS, first-person shooter, of course, by Ubisoft. I heard this was supposed to be a Tom Clancy game at one point, back when it was like in early development, you could say, but I haven't really heard much about the backstory behind the game's creation and all that, besides the fact that it was supposed to be named Tom Clancy's XDefiant, believe it or not. And you know, I was one of those people who didn't notice that until recently. So, Tom Clancy, if you guys do play Tom Clancy games, for instance, Rainbow Six Siege here or Ghost Recon there. I used to play Ghost Recon back in the day on the 360. Never really was a big online player for shooting games like that, because back then I was so young to where I was a heavily casual gamer, okay? I was super heavy on casual gaming, and I wasn't really that fond with multiplayer until years later. And now, fast forward, here we are. Now, I've gotten so heavily focused on multiplayer as of late to where I somehow couldn't stop playing it, okay? But XDefiant, unlike other shooters, is really no different. And what I mean by that is that, of course, there are online modes such as team-based modes. Here you have capture the flag there. I think there are like 4 to 5 different modes, and I think all of them are somewhat team-centric to where you get placed in both teams. So basically, it's a team-based game that has different modes for variety's sake, okay? You have domination, you have occupy. I forgot the other 3 modes already at this point, but yeah, there are like 3 other modes on top of that. Don't blame me, okay? I forgot what the modes were. But I believe there are like 5 different modes that has like different conditions. But all in all, they do play exactly the same. You have to like reach a certain top score, like 750 kills for either team in order to win. So if your team reaches around 750 kills, I believe, in one match, then guaranteed the team wins, okay? Unless I'm tripping. But that's all I know thus far on the modes and stuff. I didn't really pay too much attention. I just got on the game and just started playing. So thus far, the gameplay is pretty much not that different from any other shooting game. The only like unique thing they have for this game is factions, and basically the factions in this game are like a small group of characters to choose from before you play them. For instance, if you want to play a cleaner in this game, they have 4 different types of loadouts, as in like the special weapons you get to choose, like a bomb or some drone and stuff like that, you know what I mean, or a shield rather, so basically that's what the factions are. And get this, the unique thing about it is that XDefiant has factions that are based off of other Ubisoft franchises, which was pretty much unexpected given it's Ubisoft, but okay. For instance, you have a faction based on Far Cry, Watch Dogs, Splinter Cell, and Tom Clancy, speaking of, and I think there's another franchise on top of that, I forgot, but those are the select few I can name on the top of my head, okay? And I've heard there were supposed to be more factions coming soon, at least from what they revealed during their whole Ubisoft showcase, but enough of all that, alright? So, factions is the only sort of unique thing that they have in this game based off of different franchises that Ubisoft made. I thought that was unique. But other than that, the gameplay, that's the meat and potatoes, if you ask me. So, what is the gameplay like? So, now mind you, I'm going to keep it as real as possible. And so far, from these amount of matches that I've been playing as of late, shoo! These matches have been so finely tuned. The gameplay is completely balanced. Okay, not going to lie, thus far I haven't had a single run-in issue with glitches or bugs or anything like that as of right now. Of course, the gameplay is super straightforward and just all around straight to the point. The more you get kills, the more you level up your weapon, and the more you level up yourself as well during the matches, which is also a good thing, right? And of course, you have tons of loadouts to choose from. Well, not really tons per se, but there is a select few loadouts to choose, like in any other shooting game, right? And so the maps in this game, I'm liking the maps and the designs of these maps thus far. They do look a bit unique and, of course, different from any shooting game that I've played, at least in recent years. As far as variety goes and stuff like that, the amount of XP you can earn after each and every game you play. Like, for instance, after each game I get like 2,000 once I complete a game, and another 2,000 once I win the game with my teammates. I wish they would give you more XP depending on how well you've done based on your performance and stuff like that, but that could be just me. Then of course they have this battle pass, season pass, whatever. Listen, I haven't touched a battle pass since Fortnite, okay? Back when that game was popping back in 2018. So basically, I could care less about a battle pass, alright? So I'm gonna skip over the battle pass mess. But I think you do get free rewards in between, if I'm not mistaken. Unless I'm tripping once again. I didn't really pay too much attention to any of that stuff. So I can skip over the battle pass stuff, right? But anyway, then I've noticed the progression with the loadout you choose. So the progression is a lot different, and it's also balanced depending on how much you use that same loadout after each match. And so far, if you're curious, my loadout is an SMG. I sometimes use other weapons just in case if I'm either in trouble or if I'm trying to experiment with another weapon just in case if the SMG is getting a bit tiring. But so far, that didn't seem to be the case. And so I've been using the SMG loadout for quite some time as of late throughout the past few matches I've had on this game. And so the next thing I've noticed, which was a bit of a nitpick in my opinion, is the fact that this game has been placing me in random matches, okay? So basically what I'm saying is I get on this game, right? I hop online. I play any mode. I join a random session, okay? And so whenever I join a random session, it creates the match instantly to where I'm literally getting thrown into a random match on a rare occasion, okay? Now, mind you, this haven't been happening to me a lot, but this was, again, an occasional thing to where whenever I join a matchmaking server or a session or whatever, it throws me into a random match that I'm not even prepared for. Barely. I know they give you some time before, the match really starts because they have a timer, and in between that time you can check your loadout and stuff like that. But me personally, I never really get prepared for any of that stuff because I know what to expect once I hop into a match, but not like this, okay? Not to where I get thrown into a match that is still progressing and I barely know exactly what's going on, okay? So that's nitpick number one. Nitpick number two, like I said, the single player content is missing. I'm not sure if this game is going to be like an all-out, you know, multiplayer shooter like Rainbow Six Siege to an extent. If that's the route they're going with, then I'm guessing that's all right for some people, but if they do want to play a single player content, as in like having a PvE mode to where players can join online via co-op mode and they can like play against the CPU in like a mission or something, that would be actually pretty fun and cool to where they can like, you know, take a breather from all of this online mess and then go ahead and hop online by doing co-op missions, and so they can earn more XP that way instead. But nope, we have to deal with multiplayer only, and so that part in particular is the only thing that I'm a bit wary with, because listen, I know online is super important these days in these multiplayer games, but come on now, you got to have at least some single player content here and there, you know, to further diversify this game for both sides of this player base, if that makes sense. What if somebody wants to play co-op here while the other group plays online here? Like, who doesn't want that in a shooting game? Now, like I said, I understand this game having a multiplayer focus at least right now, but at some point later on down the road, you guys have to have some sort of variety as far as game modes. You know, have co-op here or single player there with the online mixed together, and so you can have a balanced game, okay? But yeah, man, overall, I'm somewhat enjoying XDefiant thus far. Again, I haven't ran into a single issue with bugs or glitches. The progression is good. The balancing of the gameplay is good. The loadouts are pretty typical, but I'm still getting used to it. The online modes don't seem bad. The maps, you know, the maps are actually pretty good in my opinion, unique as well. The factions, in which I'm still getting used to that as well, but the fact that they are based on Ubisoft franchises also make that feature unique, okay? Like I said, I wish they have co-op mode of some sort, but I'm guessing they might put that in the game at some point in the future. Maybe this is just me being hypothetical here again, which could be true. I'm not sure, but this is just my overall opinions so far on the game. Since Season 1 is on its way, and mind you, the game just came out around a few weeks ago, almost a month ago, believe it or not, but who knows, maybe once I play the game a lot more to where I'm like fully experienced with the game, not trying to be an expert at everything, but once I do invest more time into this game than I am right now, maybe I might come out with another video giving you guys my final thoughts on the game, maybe after Season 1 drops and stuff like that. But who knows what the future holds, alright? So, XDefiant is a pretty good game. It's actually a solid game thus far. It might not be the best shooter out there, like, let's be real, because later on down the road, we do have Black Ops 6 coming, but at the same time, I just do not personally care for Black Ops 6, but that's just me. Anyways, let me know down below in the comment section how you're feeling about my opinions on this game. If you played it, what do you think about XDefiant? And please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Share this video around the world, all that good stuff. And so, until then, it's been Viral, and I am signing out. Peace, people.